Okay, moving on. So let's start with the very first conference, and that was Bethesda. I always say their name.
Bethesda, come on.
I know, and I'm a huge Batista.
Barista.
John Cena.
We're getting there. Okay, so they started off really strong with a thing we knew was coming, with a big discussion on Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was...
That's not what they started with.
Yeah, it was.
That's what they ended with.
No, they started with Fallout.
They started with Doom.
They did? I thought they started with Fallout.
Oh my god, did you even watch the conferences?
I did, but I don't remember the orders. Shit, it's been like a week.
Why even... If you don't even remember the orders, then why even specify orders?
Because look, I'm looking on this site right now, and it says Fallout 4 first. Oh, wait. No, it's not enough Fallout 4. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever.
Just don't specify orders, because you obviously don't know.
Shut up.
They started off with Doom 4.
Yeah.
And Doom 4, I have mixed opinions on it.
What's your opinions on it, friendo?
Well, okay, here's the thing. Whoever made that demo needs to be fired immediately, because if you've been hyping up how fast and visceral Doom is, and then your first, like the entirety of your demo involves stopping in place every 5 seconds and walking the other 95%, you fuck up like a lot. Like,
yeah, I saw that. I was like, man, this is really slow. Well,
like,
it looks great, but it's slow.
I want to get a sense
however...
of the speed. It looked fast. Like, the multiplayer trailer made the game look super fast, because we actually got to see what the characters are going to look like going full bore. But why didn't they do that in the single-player demo? That didn't get me excited at all.
I guess the reason he did it in a single-player demo was to do a focus on the graphics. That's literally the only reason I can think of.
It was to show you, hey, the game happened.
Doom 3 focused on the graphics. Look where that got it.
Yeah. I think this game will be fun.
I think it's going to be great. I think
it's gonna be great.
The custom level creator feature is really weird.
But I think it's user-friendly enough. I think it's user-friendly enough that it can be...
I feel like they could have done more. And I know the modding community on PC will do more anyway, but it's just kind of disappointing that you have to choose from preset rooms. Like, you can't just create your own levels entirely. Yeah. You have to choose... They have the tools, but the tools are already made. You have no customization there. It's kind of...
However,
it's
I think
lackluster, but it's definitely got
game,
potential.
I think fucking with the game coding itself...
Yeah,
like
that's the interesting
really,
part.
Yeah,
not so much in level design, but in terms of mission design.
What you can do.
Like that.
Yeah. What about you, Reno? What do you think?
I think Doom was good. It had a mission, and it was fucking like hype you up with like rip and tear and shit.
The executions
I admit
cool.
I was super hyped.
Yeah, I wasn't really happy about the executions.
I was super
cool,
hyped.
I
was like, you know, I don't know, like to me it just screamed like, I mean, like, the guy kind of took his leg and smashed him with his own face.
Well, I thought it was cool, but like I don't know. I guess
again, it's another problem with the guy in the demo. Did it way too much.
Yeah, I think it was the guy in the demo, honestly, because he was slow.
I loved every minute
so
of it.
Much.
When I came into E3, I was like, okay, no matter what, I'm gonna get hyped for this game, trailer or not, and like trailer or not gameplay, whatever.
I don't think it's good to say I want to be hyped for this game, even if I'm not hyped. I'm gonna force myself to be hyped.
There's one thing I didn't like.
It's not a force. Because there's a lot of games I was not hyped for.
There's one thing I did not like at all, and I don't know if you guys saw it too. I don't like that chainsaw thing.
Dude, the chainsaw looks stupid. I absolutely despise that chainsaw with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns.
Why?
Because it just breaks it breaks all momentum. Because in the original Dooms, the chainsaw was basically just go like
you would just tear through enemies. But in this one, every time you get close to an enemy with the chainsaw, it does a little cinematic where it tears through them. And you stop in place, breaks momentum, and you have to watch one of like 5 preset chainsaw animations, and then you move on to the next enemy. Like,
and
it makes it
really
like it's not gonna make it any fun to use.
To the point that I won't, and I love going. One of the funnest things in Doom is go on like one of the slaughter maps, like one of the in-game maps, turn on invincibility and just get a chainsaw and just go ham.
Just in general, chainsaw's super fun to use.
It really
fast
is.
And stuff. You just literally you just feel like you walk in a straight line through demons and they just tear to chunks as you walk through them. It's great. But in this one, like if there's a line of demons ahead of you, you have to like walk forward, stop for 2 seconds, walk forward, stop for 2 seconds. I don't like that at all.
It's momentum breaking.
It feels like Doom's playing more on we're super brutal and we have, you know, gore and stuff, as opposed to...
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it if it doesn't
That's not why I
break
like
momentum.
Doom, though. I like Doom for the fast-paced, visceral
Most
gameplay,
people-
not the visceral. Like, it's
that-
fast-paced
what you
and
get-
visceral.
yeah.
That's what they're missing. They got the visceral, they didn't get the fast-paced.
Yeah, that whole chainsaw thing, you could put that in a game that's not even violent at all, and it would still break the momentum all the time. Like, think about, as much as people compare shooters to COD, think about melee kills in Battlefield and Call of Duty. They're fast. They're super fast. They're done. Like, that's literally what happens. With this one, it's like, okay, like, imagine if you're in a multiplayer game and you're doing that. Like, okay, this one guy's going around just stabbing shit. You're bang.
They're probably gonna like.
Well, there are
Yeah,
some times when
change
in
it up.
executions and stuff, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it would be cool if, like, because it looked
You
like
could
the
press a
shotgun
button.
itself had an ult. Like, maybe as an alternate
Yeah.
fire, it did extra damage, and if you ended up killing something with it, it brutality. That'd be cool, but the fact that it's, like, a constant thing that you can't stop from happening is really lame. I'm definitely excited for the game.
I will still always
I'm definitely
like
excited. I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna pre-order it. Not really.
Oh yeah, I'll get it. I've
But
already.
I'm still
I've
gonna
already
buy
got
it,
the
but damn.
I've already got
They
the
could've
beta.
done a lot better
I'm
with
still
that.
hyped for when he took his foot and he smashed his own face with it.
And then they talked
Oh,
about
no, it was
Battlecry.
hot.
I don't think any of us care about Battlecry, do we?
What was
about
Battle Cry again?
Battlecry was that multiplayer shooter that they announced a long time ago, and then they finally started talking about it again. They announced the beta and stuff like that was going to be open. It was like a
Oh.
highly stylized thing. It was like, it had like a steampunk vibe to it.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah, we don't care about that. It looked cool.
The Dishonored 2 though.
Dishonored 2. I want
Dishonored
that
2
game.
was at Bethesda's, right? I'm bad with this.
Yeah, I want
Alright.
Dishonored 2 right now.
I'm hyped for Dishonored 2. I'm actually gonna go buy Dishonored 1 right now.
Don't buy Dishonored. The remaster version's coming out for PS4. Just wait for the remaster version.
But I can get a collector's edition for cheap.
Did you even like Dishonored 1?
I never played it.
Boop.
Are you
I
only
didn't
excited
like
for Dishonored 2 because the female protagonist is a cute?
No,
I'm a fan.
it just looks cool.
$20. Christian, you want to bet right now? $20 says Reno's excited because it's a cutie.
Oh, this game doesn't have a expansive
Oh,
one, right?
shit.
It has some of those DLC.
They were
Oh,
like
Game of the Year
expansion
edition,
packs.
$30.
The remaster version for Dishonored 1's coming out, and it's gonna have all the DLC with it and everything like that, as well as a bunch of extra stuff.
I will buy it then.
I would just wait, honestly.
Dishonored 2 looks cool.
It looked really cool. Like, the powers looked a lot more interesting. I hope that they fix the whole issue of morality in the game and make it less black and white, because that's just not how morals work. But I've always loved the art style. It looks really cool. I really
I don't know,
like.
it's just
Is it just
really-
me, or like I've watched the trailer like 5 or 6 times, and every time she gets to the balcony and then opens the door, and then all of a sudden the room changes like drastically. That part confuses the shit out of me every time.
That's just you.
No, because like
I like the arm thing. I really like the arm thing. I hope that becomes a really badass mechanic.
yeah, like the shadow
really
arms and
sick.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mm.
I was really just. It wasn't that I disliked Dishonored 1. I just thought it was okay.
It had a couple really ridiculously stupid design choices. Like, that game could have been, like, top 50 best games ever made, but it had some really stupid design things. Which is why I'm excited for Dishonored 2, because if they listen to feedback, they could make one of the greatest games of all time, hands down.
Mhm. So, what do you guys think about Fallout Shelter?
Fallout Shelter's really hard, but it's a lot of fun.
I don't have it yet because I don't have an iOS.
Yeah,
system.
Fallout Shelter's it's really cool.
Do you play it on
I-
a friend's thing? Okay, I thought you had an Android. You get an iPhone.
It's on both.
It's on
What?
both.
It's always on
I'm
both.
downloading it right now.
It wasn't on both when I first looked.
Because it came out on iTunes first.
Yeah, I didn't know it came out already.
Fallout
Shit, I
Shelter,
didn't
I'm
look.
downloading it right now.
Well, motherfucker.
But no, it looked really cool. I just wish I could play it, but now I'm gonna play it. And I'll give you my first 10-minute impression. as soon
Yeah,
as
though
we're done.
it was like it wasn't on the store at first. The only way you could get it is if you went online.
You have to go online to get it.
It might be
It's
on
on
the store now. I don't know. I haven't checked. But
It's still not.
yeah, it's actually a thing. If I can find the link again, I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah,
It's
please
fun.
do.
It's super goddamn hard though.
Good.
It takes a lot of getting used to, and a lot of what the tutorial teaches you actually ends up screwing you over if you follow that advice. So, anyone having trouble with the game, try not following the game's advice, and maybe you'll do a lot better, because that's what happened to me anyways. Also, build weapon manufacturing, like, build weapon areas and get weapons as soon as you possibly can, because oh my god. My first 2 vaults were completely ruined because I got, like, as I was still just trying to get a decent happiness rating and stuff going and just get a bustling society, raiders would keep constantly invade me before I had weapons developed and stuff, because that wasn't really high on my list, but if you don't have building weapons depots and stuff like that high on your list, you're kind of fucked. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Considering it's free, it's really cool. It's nice to see a mobile game come out that isn't pay to win and pay to play with free-to-play mask. So I definitely applaud Bethesda for that. You can, there are microtransactions and stuff. Obviously, it's a free game. I wouldn't expect it to not have microtransactions, but they don't really break the game. It's just you buy extra lunchboxes, which lunchboxes are essentially, they give you cards, and those cards can give you like high-level vault inhabitants. They can give you high-level weapons and stuff like that, but you can get by without them. You can get plenty of lunchboxes without paying. I haven't spent the time on the game yet. I probably will soon, though. So yeah, Fallout Shelter is cool. They talked a bit more about Elder Scrolls Tamriel Unlimited. I don't really remember if they announced anything. I think they just said Elder Scrolls.
They just gave an update saying like they're still working on it and all that jazz. It looks like it's starting to look.
Oh yeah, they were talking about like the next expansion and stuff like that. They were like showcasing, like just teasing things that were gonna come. It looked cool.
I'm glad.
Tamriel
I
Unlimited.
actually am happy it's getting a little bit more attention than just being a thing. Like, it looks like the major bosses, like, and they seem to have narrowed down stuff to just 4-player, and that's really cool. I like that. And that's something I've always said, like, if you wanted to make that really successful, if you wanted to make an online Elder Scrolls, 1 to 4 players, and you'd be good. You'd be gold.
It's still an MMO at heart. It's still just as MMO as it's ever been. The thing is that a lot of the glaring issues and stuff have been... The Tamriel Unlimited patch, from what I've been hearing from a lot of ESO players, made the game go from meh
I have breaking news about Fallout 4.
What's going on?
Fallout 4 dialing back graphics runs at 1080p 30 FPS.
On consoles, yeah.
That's not even breaking news.
The fuck?
That's on consoles, man.
You've known about that for like 48 hours. Where you been?
1080p on everything, 30 FPS.
Oh boy, I can't watch a 4K game and something that doesn't even like. No one's gonna play it at 4K.
No, it's 1080p 60 on a PC.
It's PC. You're gonna be able to customize it, even if you just go into the configuration
PC
files.
Gaming Master Race.
And if anyone expected that game to run at 60 FPS on console, they legitimately just need to stop existing. Period. Because they're dumb if they think that they can get a Fallout game to work 60 FPS.
Hell, that game won't even, like, as much as I love the games, they're not gonna work at launch anyway. It's the title.
And the PC versions never get, like, they're only gonna patch the console versions. They won't patch the PC version because the modding community is gonna do that work for them.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I want to go on a rant about that, but that's a whole other discussion. So Fallout 4, we'll just skip ahead to Fallout 4. Tamriel Unlimited looks cool. I hear it's really good expansion update thing for Elder Scrolls, and I'm sure Elder Scrolls fans are going to love it and continue loving it.
I'll get it if you guys get it.
I want to, but I don't have time for another MMO.
Are you still focusing on 14, or are you just not doing that anymore?
I'm dabbling in it. I haven't had time to actually sit down, which is fine because I haven't even activated an account yet. I don't pay it all yet. I still on my 30-day. I haven't had a lot of chance to just sit down and just play it though. Anyways, Fallout 4. Holy shit, did they have a lot to talk about?
I'm so excited.
It's gonna actually, your character's gonna have a name. That's really interesting.
At first, okay, so Reno can attest when I first said it. I want to talk about a big thing too, is the dialogue. At first, I was really kind of, oh no, because I don't, to me, and this might sound like me being a bitch. If it's me sounding like being a bitch, go ahead and tell me. I don't like third-person stuff like that unless it's KOTOR or something like that. But I do like the fact
speech
where you look at it. However, you can switch it to first person. To me,
you can stay in first person.
Yeah.
For dialogue, you don't have to be third person for dialogue.
No, you do not. That's what he said. Like you can be first or third.
Okay, well then that's fine. Because that was one of my issues. I don't like the Mass Effect style of dialogue at all.
That's why I can't get into Mass Effect, because it doesn't capture me, because it's like, okay, I've just seen a dude talk.
See, I feel like the only person on the planet that just kind of wishes that their protagonist didn't have a voice.
I think
because like when I walk up to something and then my protagonist that I'm supposed to be role playing as, that I named, that I created the backstory for, that I'm making all the decisions for, and he walks up and gives his own personal opinion that I do not share on some item or something in the world. Fuck you.
I think the fact that you can still select your dialogue choices makes that better. As long as it can, like, I can deal with that. I can't deal with looking at the guy, because then, for me, it's like, wow, this is really breaking. Like, the only time I ever do third person in Fallout games is if I do, like, exploring the waste. And just dicking around with the camera. Just dicking around with the camera. Because I don't fast travel that much in those games. Because to me, I'm a faggot. And I don't like breaking immersion. So I don't fast travel.
Well, that's why I don't want the voice in the game.
I can understand.
Because okay, that's one of the things that I didn't like about Mass Effect. And it's the dumbest thing ever, and I understand that objectively, they're in the right for doing it. But I don't like it when I'm supposed to create a character that is supposed to be me, role-playing as what I would be doing in this universe, making all my decisions, and then my protagonist has a voice and does things and says things that I would never do or say when it wasn't my choice to begin with.
Yeah, you never actually
so fucking annoying.
Aliens, you did and stuff.
Yeah. I want to have sex with an alien in first goddamn person. I want to see the space vaginas.
I really do. I'm gonna be honest. We all do. At least just to see what it looks like. Maybe not to touch it.
We have priorities here on Space Jam. Okay, let's move on to other things such as the game.
Oh, we're in space, all right.
But rating their conference.
Oh shit.
Unless
there's still a lot more to talk about.
I was gonna say, like, Fallout 4, the whole creating a village thing, it doesn't look like a feature that I'm like.
I like the fact that's optional. Like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
It's gonna be kick ass, and I can't wait to see what people do. And maybe it'll be a lot more intuitive than I think it will be. But
it kind of reminds me of Grand Theft Auto with San Andreas with the turf thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was so cool to me. I'm like, cool. Now I can have, like, I'm gonna make a CJ. Damn, CJ, you a straight buster. Take this laser rifle. Come on,
you missed the train, CJ. Not now, I did it.
Ain't no damn trains.
Oh my god. Like building stuff like that, it's a lot to process, and for my really lame self, feels like I'm gonna get overwhelmed by that kind of thing. I hope I'm wrong though, because it seems like a really damn cool feature, and I can't wait to play around with it at the very least, because I'll always at least try it out. But I don't know.
And what I do when I have any kind of building thing, like Minecraft, for example, like, I'll just dig around and I won't play it for like ever, and then I'll pick it up like, you know what, I'm gonna build a fucking house underwater, and I just go build a fucking house underwater for no goddamn reason. They're like, why'd you build this house underwater?
Why didn't you build the house underwater? Huh? Could have made an underwater town, but no.
I might do that. But anyway, what about? Okay, so I saw this one thing, and I don't know if you guys noticed this. The crit bar. Did you see that?
No, I did not, actually.
Like, during gameplay, there was like a bar on the bottom when he would land a crit. And it, like, every attack, it seemed to fill. Do you think that just affects the percentages, or when it maxes out, there's like a 100% chance? That's what I think it is.
That's what I think it is, too.
Which really is
I'm fine with that.
It's just like a visual representation of RNG at that point.
Yeah, and that's really not a bad deal.
Like, I feel like you could probably crit people halfway through the bar being full. I hope so, anyways.
Yeah.
If not, then they kind of fucked that up. It's not a huge deal breaker, though.
Do you guys want hardcore mode back?
Yes.
Yes? What about you, Reno? Do you know what hardcore
It's not going to come back, but I want it back.
That's why I want to see it again.
When it came to Fallout, I don't know what it was. Maybe I just like didn't have time for anything. I wasn't like I love the idea of Fallout. I love the atmosphere. I love everything about it, but I just can't get into it.
That makes sense. That's how I am
So
with Battlefield.
I am excited for Fallout 4. Yes, I will be buying it. I will be playing it. I'm going to
He actually
like,
already has a pre-order.
I'm not gonna force myself, but I'm gonna like really try to get myself into this because it's sad that I can't get into it, but I love it so much.
So, okay, since we've talked about that, what do you guys think? I think Bethesda made I think they A'd. I think an A. Let's just do A, B,
I
C,
give
F.
this I give Bethesda, and by the way, the ranking is from
Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Batista.
John
So
Cena.
so do you guys want to do like S to D or like A to D?
What the fuck are you? Are you fucking like
Grade
Street
S.
Fighter?
It's stylish.
Shut up. We're doing A's. Fuck you.
Okay, I'm gonna give
S's.
them an A.
I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10 because I use a superior grading system,
A
not
out
some
of 10, yeah.
stupid as fuck.
A out of 10.
8.
You're an idiot. You know, you're both
8.5
idiots.
out of 10.
Good
Personally,
name.
I feel like if Doom
I
4's
agree.
presentation was better, and if they had something else to announce with Battlecry other than just the beta being a thing, it would have been
Yeah.
really cool. And really, they didn't announce anything new, is the problem.
Yeah,
They
I get that.
Like,
But
Fallout 4, we already knew that was a thing, and it was Fallout 4. Elder Scrolls Online, great, we know it's a thing. Battlecry, we already knew about that. Dishonored 2, that's great. Doom 4, awesome, but, like,
Well,
what
like,
I
the
look
thing-
for
the thing
E3
is,
for,
like-
like, E3 is your time to announce the big stuff. If you want
Yeah,
to
well,
announce
like-
a sequel, you can do that at any time, but announcing a new IP that you're gonna, like, put a bunch of money and marketing behind, that's when you do it at E3, and they
I
didn't.
feel like Bethesda did a great job with the games they had because even though we knew it was gonna come out, they still managed to like hype us up for some way.
I mean, that's why I gave them an 8.5. They didn't do horrible. I think, like, to give them that 10, though, they would have had to announce at least a couple new IPs of some kind. Or not even, like, a couple, just, like, because I know they're just Bethesda.
Or
like,
unicorns. If they would have saved Fallout 4, I think they would have saved Fallout 4 for E3.
Yeah, something that we had no idea even existed, and we're never going to be sure if it would ever exist. It would have been
That
really
would
cool.
boost. Yeah. I think I actually have to agree with Andrew, but I'm gonna have to give him an 8 because I don't use 0.5s because fuck you. Mostly because of the beta, and it's pretty much sequels. And even though Fallout Shelter is really cool, I personally don't think E3's the time to show off iOS mobile titles. That's me being a faggot. I understand that's me being a faggot.
Okay,
But
as long as you understand
that's
that's you being a faggot.
yeah, that's just me. That's literally
Which
just me.
we'll probably expand on this in a certain press conference, and I know you all know what I'm talking about. But for
But we're
now,
not-
let's talk
yeah.
about Microsoft.